All right, let's do this. Hardworking taxpayers for all of these people who were properly enrolled. At least 1.6 million people were doubly enrolled. Enrolled in both Medicaid and Obama, which of course is not allowed. So you can't do it. Democrats allow it happening because they don't care. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever part of the day the video choose to reach you. Hope you're feeling well, happy, feeling fine, hope you're feeling blessed. I hope you realize that you are blessed. It is I, your humble host, Von P, aka the Political Crash Out. Coming to you today. We're going to discuss. Clean off here. I didn't like the way my image slipped on there. It looked a little dark there. Oh well, I really don't care. I'm dark skinned any fucking way, so it's gonna be dark regardless. But as I come again to you, talk to you about a few things that's going on. As usual, we got the TV behind us, and today we're looking at C-SPAN 2. Let's. Oh shit! I forgot. The microphone is way over here. Let's take a listen to see what C-SPAN is talking about right now.
You're able to take this content and go, it's pretty cool, and just go, boop, and it's out. It's out there. And that's the way everybody is starting to focus. I mean, even when you start thinking about the mass media, they're just putting things out there, seeing what clicks, what doesn't, and getting feedback and being able to change on a dime and being very responsive. But the influence that this industry has on products, on thought, on what's cool and what's not, it's a tremendous amount of power. And again, we want to make sure that we are not limiting the growth of that industry. It's a global industry, but right now almost a third are from the US.
So
and we want that to be able to proliferate. We want it to be able to grow. We want more.
All right, so 27 days, 19 hours, and 59 minutes into the government shutdown. We have Texas State Representative Beth Van Dune talking about creator economy, about individuals' ability to try and make money using social media. You know what Beth Van Dune is not talking about? The impending SNAP benefits that are about to be snatched up. Yeah, SNAP benefits are about to be snapped, and she ain't talking about none of that. Most Republicans aren't talking about it. If they are talking about it, they're trying to push a narrative that it's not their fault, when in fact, this is the Republicans' fault. Now I'll point out why.
But before we get to that, let's get to how we got to where we're at. Where we're at anyways. We are 3 days away from a situation that we have not seen in modern history. We're about to reach a benchmark that I didn't think was even plausible or feasible or even achievable. Something that no one in American history even rationalized, especially not the Republican Party. If they did, they really didn't understand or they didn't care that the majority of social service benefits go to white people. I'm not slandering anybody. I'm not trying to make this about race. The simple, cold, hard truth is that in America, the majority of social service benefits go to white individuals. When it comes to food stamps, when it comes to Medicaid, when it comes to Medicare, when it comes to child support, when it comes to any social service you can think of, the majority of recipients are white folks. It's something that I've said on the stream before, something that I've said on most social media accounts. It's something I pointed out from one of the time I was an administrator for child support. And literally watching as white person after white person after white person would come to the child support office. And we would have black individuals come in there, but I very quickly started to notice that there were more white people on child support than black people. And a deeper dive into social services shows that there are more white people that get social services than black people across the board. So knowing this, the Republican Party could not have taken seriously, not even for a split second, this idea of allowing the government to actually shut down and these SNAP benefits to lapse. They didn't think about that when they were trying to gut the government. They didn't think about that when they were trying to reshape ICE into a Gestapo police force. They didn't think about that when they were trying to cut all of the social services that they're trying to cut. When they didn't think about that when they were trying to make the changes to the Obamacare premiums and Obamacare period. A lot of people want to ask how we got here, but that was the start of how we got here. They couldn't have, for 1 second, thought about saying, hey, who's really going to be impacted by this? Because if they had said that and really looked at the data as opposed to just being emotional and just thinking that, oh, well, social service, black people, that's black people thing. SNAP, food stamps, that's black people thing. But they overlook the rural communities. They overlook the trailer park communities. They overlook the individuals that are old as fuck and have paid their dues in America and they just living off of the benefits that they paid into for 70, 80, how many ever years they worked. It's surprising to see how cold they are. That's the surprising part, because I don't find anything that the Republican Party does surprising anymore. I just find their motives and what they're willing to do and how far they're willing to go surprising. The fact that they're willing to do certain things to hurt individual groups of people, I'm not surprised at it at all. Because pre-election, we had a lot of individuals that identified as Republicans said, oh, well, I don't fuck with this. I don't fuck with that. I don't like this. I don't like that. A bunch of single issue voters that overlooked all of the other stuff that Trump said he was going to do. When you look at these rallies, a lot of individuals that consider themselves to be MAGA, most of them only really have one issue that they're really fucking talking about. Most of them are holding on to one fucking issue. They waving one fucking flag all over the place, saying they don't fuck with this, they don't fuck with that. I don't do this, I don't do that. But they overlooked the fact that a lot of other shit was going to happen. A lot of people say, well, I don't like the immigration shit. You know, we need to get a hold on our immigration system, and overlook the fact that Trump said that he was going to cut social services and that their grandparents are recipient of social services. Their mother is unmedicated. Their baby mama or the mother of their child is on food stamps. They overlook the fact that for the kids that they have, they never had to pay a bill for that kid to be born. Because what? A government service paid for that and covered that. So it's a lot of things that people did not focus on outside of their single issue. And that's why we're seeing the Aiden Rosses and the excuse me, the Aiden Ross and the Adam Schultz and the Theo Vaughns have buyer's remorse now. Because they were so drilled in and locked in on that one single issue that they just overlooked everything else. And now they're looking at everything else like, oh shit. And that one single issue that they cared about isn't even fucking dealt with. The classic bait and switch. But people tried to say this was going to happen. Kamala told America that we were going to be under a dictatorship under this man. Nobody believed us. How do we get here? That's how we started. Let's roll it back a little bit. I'm starting to ramble a little bit. The core issues here with the shutdown debates with S around Affordable Care Act subsidies, cuts to SNAP, social services, Medicaid, things of that nature. Republicans were trying to push for a ridiculously large cut in government spending. And Democrats were like, no, this is going to hurt the American people worse than what you're already doing. So they couldn't get to that 60-vote stalemate to pass one resolution or another, because you got to get at least 60 votes to pass one of these resolutions. And Republicans don't have, while they may have the majority, they don't have enough votes to just, you know what I'm saying? They need some Democrats to play ball with them, so to say. And what the Republicans are saying is that, hey, we hear all your concerns and we hear what you want to deal with, but let's get the government open and then we'll deal with that later. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all recall before the election, there was I won't say a rumor, but there was a feeling that Democrats were soft, Republicans are tough. Republicans are, they're a little Democrats are soft. They need to toughen up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Democrats toughening up looks like. I know it hurts. I know it sounds fucked up. But I don't think people really focused in on what being tough looked like. They mistaked the reckless nature of some of the Republican policies as being tough. And now we're seeing a reckless move being carried out by the Democratic Party in the same nature as the Republican Party, where, hey, we understand people are going to get hurt by this, but hey, we got to stand 10 toes down on this, because that's what Republicans do. They will tell you straight up, we understand this is going to fuck some people up. We don't care. We're going to hold on to our flag, and that's what we're doing. And that's what Democrats are doing right now. Unfortunately, the American public is going to be the individuals that hurt the most out of this. Because I told y'all before on this very stream, and this very mic, that the longer this shutdown goes on, you're going to realize just how much the government impacts your life. And now we're seeing it's going to be 30 days, 31, well, officially 31 days in, And SNAP is not going to have any more money to pass out money. The funny thing is that we have an emergency fund to fund SNAP benefits. But Donald Trump doesn't want to tap the emergency fund. Why? Because this is how the Republicans view they're going to play this game. They view this as their leverage, their opportunity. They know Democrats actually care about the American population. Democrats actually want to benefit the American population as a whole, whether you voted for them or not. They want you to do good. Republicans only give a fuck about Republicans. Here's Donald Trump starting to say, hey, I'm going to go, we're going to revolve back. So we're going to revoke and roll back all Democratic policies and Democratic legislation because we never wanted that stuff. So understand, Republicans are my way or no way in their ideology. And Democrats say, hey, we're going to do what's good for everybody because we understand that a rising tide raises all ships. Republicans only want to raise certain ships. It's fair to say it that way. And they don't mind lying. They don't mind bait and switching. As we've seen Donald Trump say before the election, hey, we're going to have this done. We're going to have 90 days and 90 days. We're going to have this, that, and other. Egg prices are going to be this. Gas prices are going to be that. Grocery prices are going to be this. We've not seen none of that shit. And 11 months in, we're going to see the SNAP program run out of money. All while Donald Trump is trying to get his justified convictions overturned. All while a ballroom is being built where the east wing of the White House used to stand. All while the United States military has accepted a donation from an anonymous donor to be able to pay the troops. Not the air traffic controllers, not any other essential service members that are keeping America rolling right now, working without fucking pay. VA hospitals. These soldiers' treatments don't take a break because Donald Trump's not getting his way. They still need their treatments. And these nurses are still working. Air traffic controllers are still working. But here it is, a full month in, and they still haven't got paid. On top of that, Donald Trump starting to say, oh, well, they're not going to get no back pay. Forgetting that he signed a bill during his last time in office that guaranteed that furloughed government workers would get back pay. So when I say things like Donald Trump does not mind lying to people, and people push back, oh man, we have too many fucking examples to point at. At this point in the game, if you still on that side, I just got to believe that you just truly don't give a fuck about society. And if you don't give a fuck about society, I can't give a fuck about you. So whatever happens to you, buddy. Cis, alien, whatever the fuck you want to identify as. That's where I'm at with it. I myself have never gotten a food stamp in my fucking life. I'm lying. During COVID, I got a food stamp card from the school board because my daughter got free and reduced lunch and they gave us benefits during COVID. But outside of that program, I've never gotten food stamps a day in my fucking life. But I understand the value of it. And while I may not be a recipient of food stamps, I'm not one of those people that are going to sit here and look at the situation and say, oh, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't worried about that. I don't get that. So that shit don't impact me. Because I do understand that it does impact me. It does not directly impact us, but just like the Medicare and Medicaid cuts are going to impact us in a roundabout way, this is going to impact us in a downstream way. I said before how the Medicaid and Medicare cuts are going to impact the rural hospitals, the doctors. These people make a living by servicing these patients. And when these patients are no longer coming into their practice or their hospitals. They don't have that money anymore. So they're going to go up on the price on the people that they do service, that do have insurance. So my insurance premium is going to go up. Well, excuse me, my out-of-pocket cost is not going to increase because the insurance company is not going to increase their copay. So any additional costs I'm going to have to pay. In those rural areas where Medicaid and Medicare props up the entire fucking healthcare industry, bye-bye. Those hospitals, those urgent care, well, you might keep an urgent care, but those big hospitals, they're not going to operate there. They're going to go haul ass and go in an area where geographically they have a lot more insured individuals. Because right now they don't mind being in the rural areas and in the low income areas because Medicare and Medicaid props up those hospitals. But when they don't have Medicare and Medicaid to prop them up, they're going to go bye-bye. So we lose access. So when that motherfucker that is making $100K in Tallahassee says, oh, I don't care, that shit don't impact me, I don't get Medicare and Medicaid, and Capital Regional closes down, and TMH is the only hospital there, and now they got ridiculously long wait lines, and then on top of that, your insurance is telling you, hey, yeah, about this bill. You know, when you signed up, we said we paid X amount of dollars on your copay. Well, the hospital wants X amount of dollars. We only giving you this right here, and they want all of this right here. So who do you think all of this right here is going to be responsible for? You got to pay that. So when we see SNAP go out the way, if this continues, we'll see increases in food prices because grocery stores and sellers are not going to be selling as much. So guess what? They're going to increase their prices to try and keep their profit margins somewhat similar. On top of that, we're going to see, you're going to see crime, y'all. You're going to see crime. When an individual has a kid at home that is hungry, don't be surprised at what they'll do to put food in that kid's mouth. I'm having a thought, and I don't want to say it because I feel like our words are spells and they have power. And if I say this statement, then I'm speaking life into it, and I do not want to speak life into some fucked up shit. I just don't. So I'm going to keep that thought in my head. But understand, what I will say is that understand that everything that we're seeing is a part of the long game. That Project 2025 manual is being played out. Oh, y'all know that this man is starting to try and put together something like a National Guard that's trained in civic disputes, meaning that he wants to put together a military force specifically trained to squash protests and any type of civil uprising. This man wants a full police force just to stop protests. And just because people are not talking about it on the news or online doesn't mean this shit's not happening. Speaking about talking about shit online, pre-election, I used to get clips sent to me every day, multiple times a day by multiple people. So if you're hearing this and think I'm talking about you, I'm referencing you. But there was a whole lot more motherfuckers sending me shit too. So don't think I'm talking about you because I'm talking about all y'all. From the start of my day to the end of my day, I would get sent stuff from TikTok to Twitter to YouTube to Facebook to the news. Oh man, this is what they saying. Look what this. Oh man, look at this person. Look at this person. And my response almost every time was, "Hey, this person didn't tell you anything real. They're exciting your emotions. They're trying to get you emotionally charged up based on some wild, baseless claim. And they're probably getting paid to do this just to try and just sow this bullshit, this division, try and get people riled up and think America's in this fucked up situation. Where are those fucking influencers now? Before the election, people got paid thousands of dollars. They accused the Democrats of doing this shit. But if you look closely at what the Republicans have going on, they relied heavily on these influencers. When I turned this thing on, we had a Texas Republican trying to push and say, oh, yeah, we're all for the creator economy. Why do you think Republicans are for the creator economy? Because they understand that America is mostly driven right now, and it's mostly driven by these fucking creators online. People can get you riled up about a baseless claim. I know my barber, I think he thought I was mad at him at one point because he used to send me shit, and I'd be like, bro, stop sending me this bullshit. These people are not saying nothing. And the more he kind of trained his eye and his ear and his brain to it, not to say he was, dumb or anything, but when you don't understand politics or when you're not really knowing what you're looking at, you can be susceptible to the bullshit. And now I don't think that motherfucker trusts a politician, period. Now. But and he's not the only person I dealt with that. Family members I had to try, hey man, stop sending me this shit, bro. Like, think about this shit. Google this shit first. I know my cousin thought I was calling him dumb for real, because I told him to look some shit up. Damn, cuz you telling me dumb? Like, no, look this shit up. This even sound plausible to you? I tell one partner of mine, he's trying to send me some shit about immigrants. Now I point out, like, bro, how many immigrants do you know? Well, I know a lot. And why have you never heard of this program that gives immigrants free money and free healthcare and free everything? If you know so many fucking immigrants and half of them don't even goddamn work right now. Dang, man, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That's what I mean when I say we live in an emotionally charged society where people will not even think about their own logic because they've seen something and it's got them excited and emotionally charged. Like right now, regarding the whole snap debacle, we got people, Democrats sitting there, Obamacare. It's not affordable. And they won't talk not one bit about the cuts they want to do, because that's the real issue. That's the real stalemate. Democrats are like saying, no, enough with the fucking cuts. We are done. We gave you some, no more. And Republicans are like, no, we want it all. We want it all. We want it all. We'll let. And now their constituents are suffering because of it. I want to see what the rural parts of Georgia and the country parts of the country are going to say when they try and go and swipe that EBT card and they can't get not near a damn grocery at the Piggly Wiggly. And they voted for this. But they're going to sit there and tell you, oh, I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. See, the thing about voting is that you're not voting on one single issue. No matter how badly you want to lie to yourself and tell yourself that you only cared about immigration, you had to hear about all the other things that were going to happen. And then put cotton or earplugs in your ear and tune it all out to make yourself only focus on immigration or whatever your one single issue was. And now that one single issue is not been addressed, and you and your family are being negatively impacted by all of these policies and tariffs and everything that's going on. I don't know how the rich individuals in America got the poorest individuals in America to believe that them getting social service benefits was a problem. I really don't understand it. I don't know how they got y'all to believe that shit. I really don't care how they got y'all to believe that shit. What the hell? But they got y'all to believe that shit. They really got y'all to believe that shit. They got black men to believe that gay people was the problem. Not looking at the structural systems that are in place that continuously hold black men with no skills back. Aside from the fact that these black men are not focusing on the fact that they have no employable or monetized skills. But hey, immigrants and gay people are the fucking problem. I don't know what got to you. Oh, I'm trying to clean my fucking language up. Not just cussed again. I don't know what got into black men's head when they allowed themselves to believe that gay people and immigrants was the problem. I'm a root cause individual. I like to look at the core, how we got to what we get. How we got to where we are. And the problem with black men, you niggas ain't got. A lot of black men don't have any skills that they can monetize. A lot of black men just don't see the value in trying to learn something, being well-rounded. If I had $1 for every black man I ran across in my life that don't know how to send a fucking email, and then they try to have, oh man, you don't really be on that. I don't do that. Yeah, but you can roll a joint. You know how to cook and crack. You know how to eat pussy to the point where she fucking quivers and cries. Whole lot of other shit you know how to do and you learn how to do, but nobody taught you how to do. But you learn how to fucking do it. Like the shit that we see in America is scary. And I know I got way off my idea of what I wanted to talk about, and I don't even want to look at my script at this point because I know I'm way off script.
Was one of the main causes which Gen Z were attacking the government.
Shut up.
So they will want to see that.
Matter of fact, what's back on C-SPAN?
With a momentous trade deal, we made a big, beautiful trade deal for both countries. In fact, to the best of my knowledge, I think Japan also had their best stock market day ever. So your new prime minister is doing very well. First woman prime minister. And they said, you already hit the highest stock price you've ever hit. So she's very happy. And we spent the whole day together. It was beautiful. And she's great. We went out to the USS George Washington, the SS.
Just wanted to see if you're going to say anything about anything in America that's going on. It's going wrong. We know snap going on. You don't give a fuck about that. Refocus. So what group of individuals will actually get SNAP benefits on November the 1st? I know some of y'all tuned into this clip just to find out what people are going to get SNAP benefits on the 1st. And y'all sat with me for 35 minutes to try and figure out which group going to get those benefits, to see if you were in that group. Well, the group that will get SNAP benefits on November the 1st is nobody. Nobody. Not in their motherfucking group. Nobody. This clown on the screen here chose not to tap the emergency fund to refund to keep SNAP going. You know what he did tap though? Whenever during COVID and gas prices just really wasn't doing nothing, and he decided to tap the oil reserves to make gas prices to go low, so people could be like, "Oh, Trump made gas prices go low." At a time where nobody was going no fucking where, and gas prices really didn't need no fucking movement, no way, shape, or form. He tapped the oil reserves, made gas prices drop a little bit during COVID, and people are like, "Oh my God, Trump made the gas prices go low," not understanding what had happened. So here's a perfect time for Trump to do a similar move. Tap the reserves, and fund SNAP. But instead, Trump's talking about a business deal that he made in Malaysia. This is what Democrats playing tough looks like, y'all. Understand, if you wanted Democrats to play tough, this is what it looks like. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel good. Because come November 1st, nobody's going to get it. And if this continues to prolong, to go on and on and on, if this continues like this, we're going to see the WIC program run out of money next. So the program that is directed to help women, infants, and children. The name, that's WIC. That's what WIC stands for, women, infant, and children. Program designed to help the most vulnerable of the children population is on the chopping block next. Will WIC run out of money next? I don't know. And something to think about for you SNAP recipients. Anybody that's getting food stamps or SNAP benefits right now as an adult, and you're what they consider an able-bodied working age individual, meaning you're between the ages of 18 to I think what 67 or 7, whatever age they raised the age to now, and you ain't got no kids. If you're between 18 and 65, you ain't got no kids. Your eligibility requirements are gonna be a lot more strict than people that actually do have kids. Your review window is going to be, not just glossed over anymore. You're going to have to actually be out there fulfilling those requirements. And they've made some more new requirements to try and wean you individuals off. So you individuals that get SNAP benefits, but you ain't got no kids and you under the age of 65, y'all, whether this government shutdown prolongs or not, y'all are about to be fucked. And that's the nice way I can say that. And I'm trying to stop cussing. Excuse me. So yeah, come November 1st, nobody's going to get SNAP benefits. And if it prolongs, WIC, you on the shopping block next. Before I start to wrap, two things I want to touch on. One is I want to give prayers to Jamaica. Jamaica just got hit with Hurricane Melissa. Excuse me. Jamaica just got hit by Hurricane Melissa, and it is what they are calling Hurricane Melissa the strongest hurricane to ever go through the Atlantic Basin. I survived Hurricane Andrew when I was a child, and that was a rough motherfucker. And they're saying this storm was stronger than Hurricane Andrew. I don't know what Jamaica's tourism industry is going to look like in the aftermath of this, but I do understand that it's going to take a hit and need some time to recover. Prayers to my family members that are over there. Prayers to your family members that are over there. Prayers to your friends that are over there. Something I try not to think about, although I was locked in on Flatbridge almost all day today. Matter of fact, I want to show you guys something because I was. Uh-oh. I was locked in on this all day. This is no. I want to show you what Flatbridge looks like on any other time. This on the screen is what the fuck? Oh, green ass fucking pixelated video they put on the. This is Flatbridge, one of the most dangerous bridges in the world. It's a one-lane bridge in Jamaica.
There's a stoplight. You understand? Stoplight there, so, and it's clearly in the area, so, and there's a stoplight across the road as well.
One-lane bridge.
Indicate open which side of the road cross the bridge. I also realize that there's a camera mounted at the top of that post over there. I'm not sure if you can see it over there, center camera. You think that's it? Center camera. There's a camera mounted. So look like the government.
So yeah, this is one of the most notorious and famous bridges in Jamaica. It's a one-lane bridge off in the bush. This is what Flatbridge looks like now. Where is it? Of course, you got to question YouTube. No. This is what Flatbridge looks like now. Along this, so here is the edge of the bridge. This is the road coming on the other side. This like kind of go up into the bush, but it's a road that come along here, and then you turn, go across the bridge here, and this is a road that goes up into the bush. That's Flatbridge. Jamaica ain't never seen no shit like this before. So when I tell you, please put Jamaica in your prayers. Please put Jamaica in your prayers. Now that I've said that, I want to go on a little bit of a rant now. I really do want to go on a rant right now. And I didn't put this rant into my script or the title or anything. So this is going to be off the top of the dome. Property taxes. This has become a very hot button topic within the last week in the state of Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis has recently stated that he wants to put a ballot initiative on the ballot to allow the voters of Florida to decide whether or not they want to abolish property taxes. Before I even get into this, I'm gonna repeat a saying that was told to me a long time ago. A broke motherfucker will buy anything you sell it. By that same chord, a broke motherfucker will believe anything that you tell them. They're broke. They're fucked up. They're gonna try anything you say because you not fucked up and they fucked up and they don't want to be fucked up. That's what the situation is when you hear about abolishing property taxes. You're listening to a person that's not fucked up give you an idea that's going to leave you even more fucked up. All the while laying the groundwork for gentrification and then to move you out of your fucking neighborhood. We have a neighborhood in Broward County called Six Trump. Six Trunk is a historically black neighborhood. Six Trunk is where Muhammad Ali and Jackie Robinson and all the old stars back in from Jim Crow to up into the 70s when they wasn't allowing black people to stay in certain hotels. You literally would have black people, artists, just famous artists that would come and perform in Miami Beach ballrooms and in Miami Beach clubs. But because of the laws at that time, they could not reside and stay on Miami Beach or in certain places in Miami. So they would go make their money in Miami and then drive back north to Fort Lauderdale to this black community called Six Trunk. And Six Trunk had a lot of houses where they could rent hotels. They had clubs. It was black people, friendly. So Six Trunk is a historical neighborhood in Broward County that is currently going through gentrification because property values have plummeted in that area because of various factors. And developers have come in and bought up that cheap property because the property values have tanked. Abolishing property taxes would fast track gentrification across the board. Right now, gentrification is a slow process. But so we can connect the dots. Gentrification is a slow process right now. How would abolishing property taxes speed up the gentrification process? I'll tell you. First of all, ask yourself, what does property taxes go towards? Property taxes go towards covering a lot of the public works in your community. When I say public works, I mean it's paying salaries for the local government utility workers. It's funding. It's part of your school budget. It helps buy books for the school. It helps pay the salaries for the police officers. It helps, like I already said, the public utilities. But a part of that public utilities is street and neighborhood beautification, roadway maintenance, hell, light maintenance on the roads. Things that you don't think about as having to pay for, things that you think about as, hey, the government is supposed to do this stuff, but you don't think about where they get this money for the stuff that you say they're supposed to do. Ladies and gentlemen, enter property taxes. Property taxes help fund your local government, among other things. The same local government that keeps your neighborhood safe and clean and beautiful. Because left up to our own devices, we've already seen the black communities in the hood just look like shit because people don't take pride in it. People will throw trash down. People will not mow their lawns. People will just fuck shit up and leave shit fucked up. Tear the fucking park up and just leave it fucked up. But the city comes in and fixes those things that people have fucked up. Because, that's what this government's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do, right? That's what it's supposed to do. So the government comes in and fixes those things, which keeps the neighborhood safe and clean. And by doing all those things, it keeps your property values up. Because I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You're not seeing high property values in slums. You're not seeing high property values in neighborhoods where they just look fucked up. You're not seeing high property values in communities where they're just not taken care of. Case in point, we have an area of Broward County that is referred to as unincorporated Broward County. And they go through it all the time. And you might not notice if you're not dialed into politics, but unincorporated Broward County goes through it with the county all the time because they're wanting the county to come in and do services that they're not covered to do because you're unincorporated. Yeah, you're Broward County, but you're not a part of the county system. You're not a part of the county structure. You're not paying into the county tax system as other people are paying. So those services that you want us to do, we're not going to do because you don't pay for them. And I'm pretty sure every major metropolis, every big city has one of these unincorporated areas. And all these unincorporated areas are wanting the county to come in and do certain things. And the county's first thing they're telling them is, no, you're not providing to the tax structure. You're not paying into this tax structure. So I'm not going to take my resources that these individuals have paid me for and spend them on you. I'm going to take the resources that I've been paid and spend them on the community that paid me these resources through property taxes. But if they don't have property taxes, your community can't do that. Your local government goes away. So now your local government is not there anymore. You're trying to talk to the state governor because you need a road paved or you need a pothole filled and wondering why you can't get your potholes filled because you left a message. Well, guess what? I forget how many counties there are in the state of Florida, but every county in the state of Florida is not going to be calling the governor because they need potholes fixed. And then the governor's office can decide where they want to go and how fast they want to do it. Now, if that's the case, do you think the poor and low income neighborhoods are going to get equal representation as, let's say, a Parkland or a village, the villages? No, you're not. So another issue that abolishing property taxes would cause is inequality in government services. You think you're going to get the same services of government if you cut property taxes? No. Because your local government is there standing in the gap, making sure that that pothole gets covered, gets filled. Yes, it's not the state of Florida that makes sure that pothole gets filled. It's your local city. It's your local county that relies on your property tax money to go and fill that pothole that you complained about. Now, I said justification. Get back to the justification part. When your community looks disheveled and fucked up, and you and your neighbors don't have it in y'all budget to put the money together to fix on the roads, to fix on the lights, to make sure that the median and the roads and all that stuff is cut and the neighborhood looks good because you're already struggling, you know, and I some of you motherfuckers in the black community swear y'all don't be having no struggle. Everybody balling. I was talking to an individual the other day online. I was talking about examples of things people can do in regards to property taxes, and this man took it personal. Oh man, I'm straight, man. I ain't gonna feel that, man. I ain't gonna feel it, man. They cut property. I ain't gonna feel it. I didn't have time to jump down this motherfucker's throat on Facebook because I was on my lunch break and I had to focus on the work that pays me. But I really wanted to like tell him like, bro. Well, I did tell him like, bro, it's never that person. I'm not talking about you. But number two, I like how all y'all niggas is balling at. I like how everybody's balling. And no change, nothing's gonna impact you. I like how everybody just has this individualistic nature that it's only about them. The nation, the notion of community in the black community is no longer there. We need to just call us a group of niggas, a group of black people, because we're not a community. But getting back to justification. When property taxes get cut and your community doesn't have it to come together and fill in and pay for all the services that property taxes once covered, y'all are fucked. What happens then? Hey, property values go down, and now developers come in. You got a developer coming in and gonna tell your whole entire block they're gonna give you $25,000 for a house that you paid that you thought was worth $250,000. Well, it was worth $250,000 back when you were paying property taxes and the government was still doing everything in your community, keeping the community pretty. Police was keeping it safe. Ambulance was serving. You know, it was a lot of stuff going to those property taxes that kept your property value high. But now you don't pay property tax no more. So you save $2,000, whatever your property tax is. You know, it ranges from people. Some people pay a couple hundred. Some people pay a couple thousand. But whatever that is, you saved. Hey, you saved some money. But that money that you saved is not enough to cover the services that property taxes was covered. And now your property value is tanking. And the fucked up part about this, and let me really quickly say something really quick. Peace. Thank you for excuse me, tuning in. You know, I was on the ramble when you said what's up, but I ain't want to make sure I acknowledge them chat. But the other bad part about this whole property tax debacle is that when you purchase your home, you're gonna go to the bank, the credit agency, the lender, or whoever the fuck you getting that money from, and you're gonna tell them, "Hey, I want to purchase this property at this price. So can you give me X amount of dollars?" They're gonna tell you, "Hey, yes, I can give you X amount of dollars as long as you agree to repay me over this period of time at this price." You're gonna say yes, and you're gonna sign that dotted line, and you're gonna be happy as fuck. You're gonna go take the picture with the key in front of your realtor, like, "Oh, I got my house." Yeah, you're gonna be happy. Cool, congratulations. I'm happy for you. We're all happy for you. But hey, you fell for the okie doke. You got your whole community to get behind this. Hey, we're gonna vote our way property. We're gonna vote property taxes away. We're gonna get the property taxes out of here. I need to say it. I'm fucked up right now. I can say it. Granted, I think everybody would be happy with a couple extra dollars in their pocket. I'm not saying that saving money is a bad thing. But what I'm saying is that cutting property taxes will leave you in a worse fucked up situation financially and life-wise than it would save you. But back to the point I'm making. You told the bank that you want to get, the bank's giving you the check. You took the picture. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward to you saying, "Hey, let's get rid of property tax." You done led the charge. Rah, get rid of property taxes. Fuck these taxes. Get this shit out of here. And then it goes through. And that first year you happy. You get a couple extra dollars in your pocket. Yeah, man. Yeah, fuck them property taxes. But throughout the course of the year, you start to notice that, the roads are looking a little disheveled. Potholes aren't getting filled. When you try to call about your local utilities, about your local water bill, it got this call is disconnected. This line has been disconnected. And you get on the city website ain't done no more. And you talking to your friend, they're like, "Oh man, I had to call Tallahassee to talk about my water bill. Or I had to call Tallahassee about the pothole in the road." It was like, damn. Well, at least I saved some money on property taxes. And then, you fast forward another year, you start to notice that now your neighborhood is a little bit more dangerous because police ain't patrolling it. They ain't coming around. You don't know when the last time you seen the ambulance. The lady across the street had a stroke and her son had to put her in the car and drive her to the hospital because there is no ambulance service covered by, there's a lot of shit that property taxes pay for that people are not aware of, not thinking about. But let's get to the gentrification part now. So yeah, you still living in the neighborhood, shit going south, shit looking all fucked up. You complaining now because you go to the bank, you're like, "Hey man, I need to refinance. This shit done dropped. I need to refinance." Bank like, hey, buddy. We had an agreement. You asked for X amount of dollars. I gave you X amount of dollars and told you, "Hey, sign this piece of paper that said you're gonna pay me X amount of dollars per month for this X amount of dollars." What are you talking about? I got nothing to do with that. We got a contract in place that say you gonna pay me X amount of dollars. I ain't changing that. Refinance who? Where? What? How? I ain't doing that. No. Right now, I'm winning because you decided property taxes was an important thing, and you voted them out of there. And now your house ain't worth shit. But hey, I gave you a loan for X amount of dollars, and I want X amount of dollars back. So now you're going to be paying $500,000 on a loan for a property that's maybe worth $150,000. And that ain't even where the fucked up part stops. Because within like a year or two after that, a developer's gonna knock on your door and say, hey, I know the neighborhood's kind of fucked up around here. We want to do something with it. But I need your property. I wanted to give you $75,000 cash for your property. And you're going to look at them like, man, I paid $500,000 for this. And they're going to be like, well, have you looked around here right now? This is not worth $500,000, buddy. And then you're going to be like, damn. Maybe I shouldn't have voted to abolish property taxes. This is what we're faced with right now. This is the end game of abolishing property taxes in the state of Florida. I don't know what pisses me off more. The fact that there are struggling people that are blindly getting behind this, not understanding that their financial situation is going to be even more fucked up. Or the niggas that play like they balling and that shit ain't got nothing to do with me, man. That shit don't impact me. I don't know which one of you motherfuckers is worse. I really don't. I appreciate you too, brother. I appreciate you too. I don't know which the individual is worse, man. The individual that just don't accept reality and realize this shit is really fucking up the system, fucking up their world they living in. Or the motherfuckers that just like, both of them all fucked up, man. Both of them fucked up, man. That's pretty much what I wanted to touch on the stream today. I kind of did get back to my script. Let's go ahead and block this son of a bitch off my motherfucking. I welcome anybody to get on my stream, get in my chat, crash out, say whatever the fuck you want to say. I don't care if you cuss or not in my chat. But one thing I do not tolerate in my chat is spamming and trying to just do all type of, hey, you want to get 1,000 followers? No, we don't do that type of shit in my chat. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Ed Lover needs to bring back Come On, Son. Ed Lover needs to bring back Come On, Son. And we need to bring back bullying. We should be allowed to slap the shit out of motherfuckers for doing and saying dumb shit. I mean, it fucked some people up, yeah. But it also made a lot, it made a lot of champions. Bullying made some motherfucking champions in society. It made some real fucking champions out of some people in society. I won't lie, it fucked some people up too, but it made some motherfucking champions. And we got a bunch of soft motherfuckers out here in the world nowadays. Bunch of masculine fucking women and soft ass men. What the fuck is going on? Let me get the fuck off this goddamn street.